how to select your super simple six-figure lucrative lifestyle business idea, right? So everybody, right? So Mark here, right? So what I'm gonna do in this video, right, is actually answer one of the most common questions, right, I've gotten after training more than 3,000 people on business, productivity, mindset, and building your own lifestyle business, which is, hey Mark, how do I find or how do I select, right, my business idea in the first place, right? And so in this video training, I'm going to share with you one of my private video trainings, right, that I share with my clients, my friends, right, about how to select their business idea, right? There's going to be some step by step. I'm going to give you the whole template. It's going to be linked in the document as well, right? And so the thing is, my hope, my suggestion, right, is that by end of this video, you will actually implement exercises we mentioned so that you get extra clarity over selecting what is your business idea in the first place, right? So take note, right, is while the information we share will be great and wonderful, the most important thing you're going to ask yourself is, are you going to implement? So if you are ready to implement, right, take note, right, get some paper and notes ready, right, and let's get started. Alright folks, so with that, let's get started on the training, right, about selecting your lucrative lifestyle business idea. So very quickly put, right, is what is a lucrative lifestyle business? Basically, it's a business that allows you to not only generate, yes, consistent cash flow income for yourself, but enjoy yourself throughout the entire journey, right, whether it's in terms of the work itself, the clients you work with, or even having enough time and energy, right, to spend, right, quality time doing what you really love, right, with your family, your loved ones, or even by yourself. So one thing to note, right, is because when I say something like this, right, a lot of the older entrepreneurs might feel, right, that this is impossible or this is something that is very arrogant for us to think that we can do it, right? But this is because many entrepreneurs are stuck with the old ways, right, of doing business where you're expected to do things they don't enjoy or feel good about. So again, are there some things that you might have to do, right, that you might not really like first? But yes, as long, right, as you're building it towards your lifestyle business, right, you know what's the purpose and the meaning behind it, right? Society also made the idea that hustling and grinding is a must to succeed. So it believes that sacrificing your precious time and energy away from your loved ones, destroying your health in the process is a norm, right? But, right, take note that, yes, right, we still must take action, must still have to work hard, right? We can do it in a way where it's enjoyable, easy, right, and in a smooth manner also, right? Because if not, right, most of the time, right, we'll be like most people, right? Business will lead to problems such as burnout, right, overwhelm, misalignment, unhappiness, right? And I get it because most people think about that, right? And the more you believe something, right, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? But what I'm here, right, in my mission is to show people that you can build a business and be happy at the same time. Right, so by doing this, right, how do you do this? By prioritizing work-life balance or integration, right, personal fulfillment, and focusing on generating positive cash flow to support your lifestyle needs. So a couple of important notes, right? So when doing this exercise, right, it's normal to overthink and be afraid you selected the wrong idea. So to address this, right, you want to simply approach this as if you are a scientist. So I think one thing a lot of other videos or trainings, right, don't talk about, right, is that, hey, you can be wrong. Right, you can choose a business idea that you might not do for the rest of your life. So if you, right, so what I do is I do this like a scientist, right? I have 90-day experiments. So if you that after trying the first idea out for 90 days, right, or the end of quarter, right, if it doesn't work, no problem. You can always go back to exercise, pivot, and do this again, right? Because especially if you are not someone with a lot of data, a lot of experience or clarity, right, you need to take action, right? With action comes with greater clarity. And so take note, right? It's normal, right, that entrepreneurs out there, most of them don't succeed at their first try, and should expect that your business idea would change and evolve over time, right? It would be almost nonsensical, right, to believe that your first idea is going to be perfect, right? Chances are it's not. If you are, great, right? If not, right, that's totally normal. Okay. However, by putting in the work, you get way more clarity about what you want, you don't want. You get a lot more momentum because you're building something rather than overthinking your head. And worst case, right, you learn from the entire experience, right? Precious sales and marketing strategies, right? As a final reminder, don't worry about picking a perfect idea. It's not possible at all. So why do this in the first place, right? So what is a framework that we have designed, right, in terms of picking an idea for sustainability? Because not only do you make money, you actually enjoy yourself doing so. But sometimes the worst reason why people would quit, right? So the reason why some people will actually stop doing a business, not because it's not doing well in the profits or sales wise, was that because easy once you follow the fundamentals and you just keep executing. But the reason why a lot of people quit is just because they are building a business that's not aligned for them. And restarting is such a huge, tedious process. So you want to make sure from the very beginning, you want to build a business that is designed for something that you should enjoy and can see yourself doing for a long period of time. Next thing, right? Choosing a lucrative lifestyle business is not about what is the best way, right, of the thousand options out there. It's about identifying the best way for you, right? Because what might be best for you might not be the best for someone else, all right? And the next thing is, right, you're actually building your business around your life rather than the other way around, right? So what I love, right, is that your life is the priority and then you build your business around it. But most people out there, they are building, right, their life around their business, right? Not what I really would suggest. So this also means that regardless of your values or your vision of life, be it about happiness, fulfillment, freedom, it means that your business idea is designed to support all those goals. And we'll do a separate training about finding your values, your purpose, right, your life vision in the future. But right now, right, you do not need a perfect idea to get started, right? And we'll get started with the 5 steps of finding your lucrative lifestyle business idea. Let's go. So the first step, right, basically is what we call discover, right? And so you don't do a lot of brainstorming over here, right? And again, if you expect me to just tell you automatically what's your business idea, you could be very wrong, right? So when you're going to brainstorm at least 10 to 20 ideas for each of the following questions. So number one, what do you know more than the average person, right? So you know them to be expert at it, but what do you know more, right, than the average person, right? Is it based on the studies you have done, right? Is it based on the stories or your hobbies, right? Your past experience, right? Your knowledge, right? So what do you generally know more than the average person, right? The next thing is, what are you interested in more than the average person, right? So passions, right? What we do even if you have some free time, right? What we do if you have no nothing to think, if money is not an issue, what we be doing, right? In your free time, right? When you have available time, right? What we be doing, right? It can be games as well, right? So what are you interested in more than the average person? And another question asked is why, right? Why do you feel that you enjoy that more than the average person? So for example, right? I love to watch wrestling. Right, I love to watch wrestling, right? So I'm interested more than an average person for sure. I watch WWE and stuff. And the question is why, right? And I realize because I don't really enjoy just the wrestling alone. I enjoy the storytelling, the hero's journey, right? I enjoy, right, finding out, it's a bit of a drama, finding out what they are. So be a bit clear about why do you enjoy something. That allows you to get a better idea also, right? And number 3 obviously is what do you spend or earn money. I would say even earn time on, right? So it can be your jobs, your hobbies, your everyday life, so on and so forth. So you can write all of them down, at least 10 to 20 for each of them. Right, and then what you can do is you can even list down the ideas on a simple table and look to identify, right, common ideas from them. So for example, for me, for a long time, right, is I enjoy productivity, high performance, right, like doing business scaling, right, personal growth and transformation, right. I know some of them, right. I actually attend the programs, right, workshops, seminars as well, right. Hey, right, what do I buy, right? Food, shelter, travel, gifts, right, which is pretty normal for most people, right. Software, electronics, I love it also, right. What do I earn? Right, how do I earn? Right, I used to be in the SME space, I used to be in the startup space, angel investing, finance, right, business, marketing. So obviously, right, I used to be in the, right, digital marketing, tech startup space, right. I also used to get money from options investing because I used to affiliate for people, I used to teach people as well. Right, what am I interested in? Right, yes, I'm interested in making more money through businesses, psychology, writing. I like productivity. I love productivity, right, building a second brain and whatnot. And I also love to talk about, right, happiness, fulfillment, right, personal power. So these are just some of the examples, right, of topics that I actually enjoy myself. Okay, so from there, right, then you have to start brainstorming the 3 to 5 most common themes or ideas that appeal the most to you, right? So from there, you're going to have some patterns, right, as well, right? And then you can start thinking about what you can consider to pursue and explore if, right, money wasn't a consideration, something that you could enjoy, right, doing, right, as well. We'll talk about monetization later, right? But first you have to find a topic that you actually feel good about, because why? Chances are you have bought something before, right? There's a market for it already. So don't ever think there's no market for it, right? Just because it's your hobby. All right, and so what I can do is can use the ChatGPT prompt, right? We're linking out the playbook below as well, right? I'm trying to identify what would be a sustainable business, right? What would be 3 to 5 business ideas. So what I can do is actually can copy and paste all of this, right? And then, right, you can put on ChatGPT, right, to give you some clearer ideas also. Okay, so here you go. So, and then number 3, right? So we are on, right? So one thing note, please implement, right? You can pause the video right now, right, for you to actually execute on this before we go on to the next portion. So the third one is just what we call core outcome. Right, so core outcome, right, is when selecting a business model, right, you just have to realize that any business idea, right, has to belong in any of the 4 market categories, right? It can be health, it can be wealth, it can be relationships, or it can even be happiness, right? Some people like to call happiness part of health, but I just like to put it as part of, right, a separate category. So hobbies, interests, travel also. So the best way for small companies to grow, right, is to hyper focus on an outcome that you want to help your clients, customers achieve. So be very focused on that one outcome. Right, the more specific is the better. So for example, for our startup, right, is we help entrepreneurs to grow and build a lucrative lifestyle business, right? Very clear, right? And while being happy at the same time. So the more specific is the better, right? Remember, if you try to do too many things, you are getting nothing done. So for example, right, yes, I love productivity, I love personal growth, I love mindsets, right? I love psychology. So all this, yes, but ultimately is to achieve one core outcome, which is to help you grow and build a successful, lucrative lifestyle business. Okay, so what's the examples, right? It can be health, right? It can be wealth, relationships. There are multiple examples over here, but just be very clear. And for each of the ideas you have brainstormed, since you have to choose about 3 to 5 of the common ideas, right? select what's the core outcome you want to help others achieve, and make sure it's a very easy to understand as well. Okay, so very quick bonus hack, right, is you can search online, right, to see if you can easily find other small companies that are doing something similar. If there is, great, right? If not, right, then you might want to research, go deeper about it, right? But it means there's market demand for what you're constantly doing, and it's a higher likelihood of working. So next thing you're going to choose, right, is what we call the business model, right? So now you have find out like what exactly you want to help people to achieve in the first place, right? Then we start looking at your business model, right? So in terms of answering 3 questions, number 1, how we make money, right? Note to choose one to focus on first. Is it by creating a physical product or digital product, right, and then selling them to as many people as possible, right? Is it providing services and getting paid either by results or by time? So some of your agency services, right, helping people out, right, so on and so forth, right? Or is it by paid by creating lots of content and then getting followers, right, and then monetizing by affiliate marketing, sponsorships, right, ads, so on and so forth. So one thing to take note of, right, is if you are confident, right, you can sell your product or service to many people, hundreds of people, right? Yes, you want to create products first. If you're saying yes, right, actually, right, I don't want to meet a lot, I don't want to talk to a lot of people, right, and I want to get cash flow upfront, right? Yes, providing services and getting paid by results or time usually is one of the fastest ways to get that. That means you learn a skill and you do it for other people, right? Or, right, you want to be simply paid for content. That means you're actually someone who loves content, creating videos, right, like editing, right, writing, right? Then you can build up the newsletter, right? Or you're creating a social media platform for yourself. Okay, so just a few things to take note of. So number 1, right, how will you make money? Next thing, how do you want to help them? Is it by doing all by yourself? That means you set up everything by yourself. Is it you want to work with another company to support them, right, in the first place? Or you do a hybrid of both, which is fine as well. So the difference, right, is doing all by yourself is obviously get more control, right? You get more freedom and flexibility to do what you want, right? Usually when you work with another company, maybe like an MLM, right, or a white label, right, usually there's some standards or expectations you have to follow, right? And some people, of course, might not like the branding of it, but the advantage is you get to grow a lot faster because they already have proven systems, right, and proven strategies, right, for you to succeed. So it just depends on which one is more important to you, right? Is it in terms of getting the freedom and flexibility of self, or, right, is it getting a tried and proven way to grow already? Right? Or you can do a hybrid of both, right? Affiliate marketing licensing. So for me, I actually chose a hybrid, where I still wanted a lot of freedom and control, right? But, right, I wanted to follow people that have already done it before. So I did a bit of affiliate or referral marketing, right? Or you can do in terms of working with other people as well. Okay? And then next thing is, who do you want to help? Right? You can be broad and keep it simple for now. Just have a general idea of who might best benefit from your product or service. Is it what's their age, their gender, job profile, generally, right? And the psychographics also. Okay, and so then once you're done, right, then we create what we call your personal transformation statement, right? And so what you do at the end of the day, right, is you want to complete this entire statement of, I help so and so. You can be broad with the people like I mentioned, right, achieve whatever goals you mentioned earlier without, right, old way, right? So this is a bit optional for now, it's a bit more advanced, right, using new way, right, in terms of the way, right, that whatever you're offering for people as well. So by achieving this outcome, and we do have many different examples for you to use, right? But you realize that there are many different ways, right, you can do to start your own side hustle or your own lucrative lifestyle business. So it can be Reiki healing, right, high performance coaching, Facebook ads, right, marketing services, right? So in terms of health, right, in terms of relationships, right, we have many different examples, right, for you to check out and reference on yourself. And so your main priority is to complete this statement, right, by the end of the video or by the end of the day of watching this. Because once you get clear, right, then everything else of mechanics, right, and mind and monetization and strategy becomes simple, right? So the easier you create this, the better it becomes. Okay, so remember to make it as attractive and simple to understand as possible. Imagine you're going to tell a random 12-year-old, would they understand it? Right? If it's unclear, you stand a chance of losing lots of potential sales. So please take note, right? Yes, you'll take some time to identify the perfect transformation statement, but the more simple, the more direct, right, your statement is, right, the clearer idea is, and you can actually finally move forward. And again, remember, we're taking this as a 90-day experiment, right? So you don't have to, right, do it immediately. And so the thing is, right, because you'll be doing this exercise for your top 3 to 5 different ideas, right, then you can start, right, scoring the check, right? So how aligned is the business idea with your interests and passions? That means, is it something you feel that you actually enjoy? To what extent does the business idea leverage your skills, experience, and strengths? So for example, if I've never sold a physical product in my life, I might not want to do anything to do with e-commerce in the first place, right? But I've been already coaching people for free, training people and stuff. Okay, a coaching business might probably be more relevant for me, right? How deeply do I resonate with the problem, right? So what I mean is, whatever problem you're trying to solve, right, is it something that you resonate with? So for example, right, I'm always feel very strongly, right, for people that waste thousands of dollars, right, and time, right, on programs that don't work or they don't get results that was promised to them. And I feel for it. So is the idea you've chosen, right, a problem that you actually feel for? But if you do, chances are it's going to be more sustainable for you as well. How actively are you part of communities already? So for example, right, let's say you like karate, for example, right? And the thing is, you have never attended a single karate event in your life, right? You have never joined a Facebook group, right? It might be a 0, right? It might not be something you might actually like. But if you're already active in those communities, right, you know people there, right, you're meeting events, right, you are testing things out, you're going for classes, okay, good, right, chances are, right, that might be something more aligned to you in the first place, right? How much fun do you feel you have when helping others achieve a good outcome? So obviously, if you don't know, right, you don't have to say yes, right, or no yet, but you should have a good sensing, right, of, hey, if you actually help people with their fitness or their relationships or business, right, have you been even doing for free in the previously, right? If you, yes, right, it's a good sign also. How well does the business idea align with your long-term personal and professional vision? So what do I mean, right? Is, for example, in the next 5 to 10 years, let's say you're trying to be a speaker, right? Let's say you're trying to be a speaker, right? But, right, you're trying to do something to sell physical products, right? And if you realize that it's not very aligned, right, you might not really want to do that in the first place. So again, it depends on scoring this, right, as well. So it's okay for you to say no, but to do it as long as you're clear with your scoring sheet, right? Next thing, how confident are you in fulfilling the chosen core outcome? Means how confident you feel that can help people achieve the goal in the first place, right? And the thing is, right, you don't have to be 100% or go over the top confident, right? Because you can always affiliate or work with other people to do it, right? And even when you're starting out, you can even charge for free or for cheap, right, to do it. So you don't have to be extremely like 100% confident knowing that every single person you work with, you can get the results. But just generally, right, if I've done it before, right, you probably can, right? It just might take a bit longer time than everybody else. How well defined is the business model in terms of making money, right? So just think those, right? How confident are you that the business will make money in the long term and getting clients and customers? So if you're not very clear, right, then you can score lower. If you are, right, great, you can score that as well, right? How confident are you in the long-term viability of the chosen business model, right? It just simply means, right, how sustainable do you think this company can, right, grow in the future? And the last thing is, how excited do you feel about the personal transformation statement for the idea? So at the end of the day, right, is what's your gut feel? Do you feel excited about it, or do you feel like it sounds good on paper, but I don't feel like this is something that I might not do in the long term? So if you don't feel like it, great, right, then don't have to. But again, choose one, test out for the first 90 days, and then you can see whether you like it or not. So you don't have to have a perfect idea from the beginning. Okay, so based on the scores above, you can finally decide on your lucrative business idea, right? You do actually, and one thing to note, right, is you don't have to select the idea with the highest score. You just have to choose the one that you feel aligns the most with you, right? After the entire exercise, you can access the sheet. And right, lastly is, if you ever want to accelerate entire progress, you want to get the immediate, right, lifestyle business, right, that idea, right, immediately in the first call with me, you can book a complimentary call with either me or my team, right? There'll be no selling involved, right? You can check it out all on your own, right? So if not, right, I hope you guys enjoyed this entire video training, right? Yes, there will take some bit of awareness, some exercises, it'll take a bit of time, right? But I guarantee you, if you actually trust the process and do this, right, and if you need any help, you can do a call with us as well. But if you trust the process and do this, you score it, and then just choose one idea, try for 90 days, right, you'll get a lot more amazing results for you moving forward.